Greetings, followers. It is I, Cardinal Sin, and I would like to thank you for joining me on another episode of The Unboxing. But I got some stuff in the mail today, and I thought maybe we should check it out. So let's check it out. This one definitely is a book. Book. What kind of book? Who's the author? Is it autographed? Can I do any damage to it by opening it this way? Ooh, this is the Lost Cyberpunk novel that was written by John Shirley and William Gibson, and John Shirley finished it, and it's called Black Glass. Been looking forward to this one for a long time. Bought it used. Guess it came from a library. That light's really not very helpful. Anyway, that's cool. And what's this? Better Worlds Books. Will I go to a better world? Boy, it's really in there, like vacuum packed. Ah, yes, my hardback copy of Secret Life by David Jacobs. Oh, and it's signed, just not to me. Wow. To so-and-so. Flowers and love. The earth is a hot air balloon in the preferred way to travel. Is the preferred way to travel. Beckons me. Dave Jacobs. 5792. Interesting. It's in really good shape. It doesn't have a dust cover. I'd rather have it signed than no dust cover, you know. All right. I know what this is. And it says it's just the kind that you tear the cardboard tab off of, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, just like that. Using my finger when I shouldn't be using anything at all. Right. Bloody microphone. You know, maybe this isn't what I thought it was. Piece of cardboard always comes in handy. Ah, yes, it's the Grey Matter record. With Mark Haggerty on guitar, Dante Ferrando on drums, Steve Miles on bass, Jeff Turner guitars and vocals. And my God, thanks from somebody. Thanks, enjoy. Jeff? Steve? Yeah, maybe that's Steve Niles. So let's take a look at the record. This is a DC punk band. I will take the wrapping off so it won't glare so much so you can see it better. Also, because as any good record collector knows, you should immediately remove the shrink wrap because it will deform the cover if you leave it that way. Like if you never intend to play it and you just leave it that way, or buy it so you can sell it new eventually, it will do damage to the cardboard cover. All right, more petroleum products in the trash. So this is the front. And this is the back. And it's on silver vinyl. Never seen a silver vinyl record before. Oh, and the back has a kitty cat. Grey Matter has always been one of my favorite DC punk bands. As a matter of fact, one of the punk bands that I was in decided we were going to move to DC instead of being in Lawrence, but never happened. Is there something else in here? There is something else in there. Oh, it's a download code. Which is cool, because then I don't have to play the record. Yep. Food for Thought. That's right. That's what this album is called. Food for Thought. So there you have it. I got the book. And, okay. I'll put that in there too. All right, who all do we have here? Just for an unboxing video. Don't forget to go to gillstore.com for all of your Cardinal Sin needs. Very fetching young Cardinal Sin there. William Schaefer says, I don't read a lot of books. You should read more books. Get your nose out of that phone. Hound 3000 needs some hugs. Woof, arf, bark. Woof, woof, I say. Hail, Sherry. Tiger Stripe says, I have way too many books, among other stuff. Well, just send them to me. I mean, I'll take them. Sherry says, I love books. I knew there was something I liked about you, Sherry. Tiger Stripe says, eBay purchase? Yes. The book Secret Life was. I bought the Grey Matter album directly from Discord, the record label, because they were having we're reprinting like 1,000 copies of this, get your order in type of deal. Hound 3000 needs some hugs. Tiger Stripes, what sort of books have you got? Hound 3000 needs some hugs. A vinyl record? Yeah, that is kind of redundant, I suppose. I could have said a record album. Mostly sci-fi and fantasy, science fiction and fantasy, but also other picture books, DIY art books. How about you? I've left the plastic on my record jackets and have never found that to be true. Yeah, there are some people that disagree. However, I haven't bought vinyl in 30 years. I was out once CDs came in. They're still my favorite way to listen to music. I definitely collect a lot of CDs, but I worked at 3 record stores as a manager, and I worked when I was really young. My second job was working in the record booth at the local flea market. So I cleaned thousands and thousands and thousands of records. People would bring in records. My boss would look at them and decide whether or not he wanted, to buy them. And then the ones that he bought, he'd give me to clean. And I'd clean records all day. But I did see thousands of records go through the assembly line. And I remembered lots and lots of different bands. And that served me very well because I went on to manage 3 used record stores and became a buyer myself. Why on earth DC? DC used to have a really great punk scene. Probably still does. The band is called Grey Matter. Hound 3000 needs some hugs. Tiger Stripes, mostly science fiction on my part. Very few fantasy books, especially Middle Earth and other fictional stories. Very few fantasy books, especially Middle Earth. So you don't have any Middle Earth or fictional story? I don't know. Favorite authors? Indeed, gotta find that guy again. Tip your cardinal sin, everybody. I'll be here all week. Hound 3000 needs some hugs. No one in particular. I like the stories more over the authors first. A record label. Then it was very nice of them to send you a note. Yeah, it really was. Although it is kind of a DIY record label. And the record is, I don't know, like over 30 years old. Cardinal Sin, that's cool. Interesting about DC. Yeah. Another interesting thing about DC is it's 80% black, and in the District of Columbia proper. I don't mean and environs. And there are a lot of black punk musicians in the bands that were playing. The first singer for Dag Nasty was black. A lot of Bad Brains is all black. They're from DC. They were banned in DC, so they named their album Banned in DC. And I have a book upstairs that chronicles the DC punk scene up until 1985, I think. And I used to take it out to shows and get autographs in it and stuff, but not a lot of those bands are touring this way anymore. So if I want to get the rest of those autographs, I'll probably have to go to DC. Hound 3000 Needs Some Hugs is here and says, Cardinal Sin, my main fantasy books right now is the Middle Earth books, but right now reading a science fiction book. I take it you mean either The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings? And what science fiction book are you reading? Don't forget to go to gillstore.com and just have a look. See if anything grabs your attention. There's a lot of cool stuff. Many fantastic designs by Fet for Hire, Doug Nelson, and by me. Herc130 says, I am here, Cardinal Sin. Great topic. Thanks. Or the Silmarillion, which I haven't tackled. I read the Silmarillion. I read all of J.R.R. Tolkien's books when I was very young and a voracious reader. I remember reading Farmer Giles or Giles of Ham, which was a very thin book, and it had another book with it. I mean, it was like novellas, not short stories, but novellas. I don't remember what the other one was called, but it involved a dragon. I guess most people don't know about Farmer Giles of Ham. But there you go. So I do want to thank you once again for joining me for another episode of The Unboxing. And don't forget to tip your Cardinal Sin. And we will see you next time. It's Cardinal Sin.